Bonjour.
Bonjour. Avec moi, le laser wolf.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Bonjour, mon ami.
Oui, ça va.
And good morning to you.
Good morning.
How
are you, Paul?
Evening. I'm very well. How are you, Jonathan?
Oh, mustn't grumble.
No, but it's been a while, isn't it? But we're back. A spur of the moment decision this very morning. Betwixt us, and we went, shall we do it? Let's do it.
Shall we?
And then, of course, Prince Philip left us. In fact, he
did.
Died today.
He died today.
He did. And I don't know about you, John, but I've been watching the television. It doesn't matter what channel you're on. Even Babe Station are going crazy about Prince Philip. And there's been a lot of wonderful, touching tributes from politicians around the world. And we trawled around Twitter earlier to find some fitting tributes to Prince Philip that we'd like to read out to you, if that's okay. Okay, shall I start?
You can start, Paul. Yes, please.
Okay, so obviously we've had tributes from prime ministers, leaders of many nations, and some A-listers, celebrity-wise, but we've also had some messages for some other people. A lovely message that I found today on Twitter from the snooker loopy legend himself, Stephen Hendry, who wrote on Twitter, "Top bloke, total ledge. I'm only sinking the black balls tonight, lads. Rest in pigs." Which I think might have been a typo. I think he might have meant rest in peace. But there you go. John, it's okay to laugh. Listen, it's okay to laugh.
It's how I cope.
It's how you cope. It's your coping mechanism, isn't it?
I think only potting the black balls is such a beautiful thing to do.
Absolutely.
I've got one here I found on Twitter today that touched me.
Yes.
From a Hollywood / Australian star, Paul Hogan.
Good Lord.
He says, he was the real Crocodile Dundees, and I should know I played Crocodile Dundees, R.I.P. I think he meant Dundee.
Yeah, another typo there. But that's when grief gets into your fingers. Mistakes can be made. So I have a message here from friend of the show, Ken Hom.
Oh, lovely.
And Ken says, farewell, Your Royal Highness. Even though the first time we met, you called me a slitty-eyed communist lemon. The second time we met, you called me Hong Kong chop suey. And the third time we met, you called me Kung Fu Panda. Rest in peace. You'll always be remembered. All the best, Ken.
That's beautiful, Ken.
Beautiful, isn't
it? My next one is...
I'm filling up.
Oh, I can't take any more of this grief.
I can't take any more grief.
My one is from Jette Feldman from So Help Me.
Thank God she took the time.
She said, I will have a bowl of chicken soup ready for him when he gets here. Though Mr. Rokeby thinks you are a fanny. I told him to be quiet and did a wee in his ghost bed. R.I.P.
Oh, the outpouring of pure emotion. It's hard to handle, isn't it? I've got a message here from the surviving cast and crew of One of Our Dinosaurs is Missing. And the surviving cast and crew of One of Our Dinosaurs is Missing says, keep on trucking, dude. We'll eat a green salad at half-mast. Isn't that nice? I think they meant Greek salad, but another typo there.
Typo, yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And finally, the last one I found was from Fred Dinage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He says, as official biography to the Cray twins, I think the whole country is mourning the loss of a great man. Rest in peace, Your Highness. Professor David Wilson says it's clear at this point that he is dead, but I intend to find out why. Beautiful.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So tributes there, and there are many others flooding in of His Royal Highness Prince Philip, who died today. Still, the show must go on. We were not aware of that this morning, so let's raise a glass. And the show, of course, tonight is sponsored by wine.
Wine. So let's just have a sup of wine.
To His Royal Highness.
And
you're drinking white wine, John, which you would have...
Why don't we all drink some very sexy wine?
Yes, sorry, I cut you off.
No, I was just saying you were drinking white wine, which Philip obviously would have wanted. I'm not drinking any of this bloody sake, is what he would have said.
When he heard people being sarcastic, of course.
Yes, of course. So anyway, pack show. It's lovely to see everyone. Well, I can't see you, but I know you're all there, the lovely JP fans. Do we have any comments said far, John?
Yes, we have. Tim Common says, Prince died, Prince Philip is dead. Where it end?
Another typo there.
Yeah.
Grief.
That could be from Burt Kwok. When will we be speaking to Giles Brandreth? Hopefully never. Dwayne says, Phil, with Angles and with BMX, we will salute your ghost at Christmas. Of course, DMX died as well today, Paul.
Yes, that's absolutely... I don't really know.
He was famous from the film DMX Dandits.
BMX Bandits.
No. DMX Dandits.
DMX Dandits. Okay. All right. I did not know that.
Claire Monty says, Philip dead, Colin Baker still with us. Where is it just I'm angry at that comment.
Claire, I know that you've been through the mill and this is possibly the drugs talking, but we won't have any of that filth chat on the JP special. Please. Amend your comments, please.
Ben Thomas says Caucasian.
Why don't we drink some sexy Caucasian wine?
That's just beautiful. I mean, the grief's just out there this evening, as you can tell. Look, Ben's so upset, all he can think about is crying, which is obviously wine.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
wine.
Yes, he's whining for wine, and whatever is said tonight is safe under the umbrella of grief. Yeah, safe under the umbrella of grief, and no court of the land can sue us for what is about to happen. No,
of course, though. With Prince Philip dying at 99, the tradition says that he has to have a flake put in his bum. We've got a packed show this evening. So I think it might be time for some horoscopes.
Yes, no, absolutely. I'm just trying to get a mental image of how that's going to be applied. Flake into the whip. Just a mental image there. Face down, is us sticking out of a cone. So horoscopes, yes. So
let's have a little jingle for horoscopes. Let's welcome back our friend Don Hong Kong.
Talking about the Taurus, talking about the bully bull bull. Bully bully. Talking about the Taurus, talking about the bully bull bull. Bully bully. Don't you go get tough with me, cause I'm as stubborn as can be. Kind and quiet, but I can explode. You better watch out, I don't overload. Sniff, snort, stomp and shake the ground. Born with horns, I'll come right at ya. I won't be playing around.
There's Don Hong Kong there.
That was beautiful. And very nice to see. Very nice to see my star sign being sung about there for I am a Taurian. Anyway, and speaking of Taurian, I'm going to begin with Taurus. And here we go. So money problems will come to a head this weekend when you discover that your partner has spent £3,000 on a broken cuckoo clock signed by Peter Falk. Travel plans may have to take a back seat this week when your passport is stolen by an escaped mandrill in Halfords. Your lucky colour is 11, and your lucky argument about Brexit will be with the trolley boy at Asda.
That's lovely. The escaped mandrill's worrying, though.
Yeah, well, that's if you're not Taurus, John, not your worry.
True. Aries. If you feel ready to share more with a workmate or friend, this can be the moment to bring your dreams together and whack off in their sandwiches. Today, you will curry favour with a friend in Mozambique in order to buy that rollerblade.
Wow. Wise words there for any Arians. Okay, next up is Cancer. Events take a strange turn next week when everything you eat and drink somehow tastes of Janis Joplin. A long-running family argument can be settled this weekend if you just stop making racist blue tack hats. Now's the time to shift some weight, as most people now actually regard you as some sort of landlocked fat ship.
An evergreen comment there. My one. Gemini. Burped, sorry. Ambitions that meet your emotional needs and make money are on the horizon, and a conversation today can be the start, if it is with Scrooge McDuck. Your cock may fly out of a window, so be sure to keep them shut.
Ooh. Checking my windows now.
Well, nothing to worry about for you, Paul. You are not Am Gemini.
No, I'm not Am Gemini. I'm Tauran. Now, next up is Virgo. And here is your horoscope, Virgoans. Kirsty Alsop will come calling next week with a stolen trident, so it's best just to hide under the table and pretend you're not in. That anniversary dinner that you are planning will be somewhat marred, as instead of buying sirloin steak, you somehow cock it up and serve your partner Ernest Borgnine's Lake. You will come into money next week, so best clean that up before anyone touches it.
Leo. Work with the deepest parts of yourself today. Be kind to yourself. Put a fish up the chimney to ward off well devils. If your partner or relative asks for coffee, remember to say "fuck coffee" every time.
Wonderful. Scorpio. Finally dead. Scorpio, time to do a spot of spring cleaning, Scorpio, as your local vicar has actually remarked that your house smells like Hellraiser's armpit. Time heals all wounds, but not for your neighbour, who will take things up a notch by commissioning a local artist to make a mural of you being teabagged by Wes Craven. Your lucky pencil graphite density this week is HB2, and your lucky tattoo of the closing is of any closing credits to a TV show is Country File. So enjoy that.
Libra. You are the key factor in a work change, even if you don't realise it yet. You are the one person everyone hates, so you should probably fuck off, shit for brains. Your favourite quilt is pink or something. Go on, fuck off.
Deary me. Poor old Libra. Well, let's hope things are looking up for Capricorn. Luck is a double-edged sword for all you Capricorns. You will win your own weight in dead bees next week in an illegal online albino-only poker game. Share your winnings, or you may well get stung. That harpsichord you're planning on building won't build itself, so it's time to pursue all those odd little jobs. Your lucky fictional captain is Birdseye, and your lucky sewage treatment works is somewhere in the border of Shropshire.
Sagittarius. With a mix of fire and water in your security zone, you can enjoy lots of steam in your personal change area. Or set free the side of yourself that has been kept under wraps lately. A murderer who likes bread.
Gosh, yes. Well, look sharp. Time for Pisces. You will inadvertently become a drug mule for Gary Wilmot next month. So try and keep your head down and keep mum. It's no accident that you're feeling increasingly anxious as we approach the next full moon. Lock yourself away from friends and neighbors because you will turn into a moon. Your lucky semi-industrial digger is a D7 front loader, and your lucky cast member of Krull is David Butley, who played the magician Wanker Ergo.
I mean, he did. He did.
He did. He turns into a duck and he turns into a tiger and he's shit.
Aquarius, this is your day. You have born a horse. A jump from one future to another is ambitious, but it can happen. Danger is never far from you when you win a bag of adders in bingo. Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's all your star signs, everyone. Shall we have a little bit of Taurus again, just to top it off?
I haven't got Taurus. I've got Don doing a song about Pisces.
Oh, that'll do me.
Once upon a time there were two little fishes, and each had their own little whims and their wishes. Pisces moods keep changing. Some say I'm insecure. To be or not to be, I can't decide for sure. I love fantasizing. My world is on a string. If Dreamland had a ruler, then Pisces would be king.
Pisces, you're wonderful. You can have sex with my dad.
Wow, beautiful stuff there.
Mm.
That's your star signs, folks. So do keep an eye out for all those related things.
We're all prepped and ready.
We are indeed, sir, with our classic blankety blank background, looking resplendent at the moment. And do you want to move on to the next segment, or
should we welcome down a visitor from Cloud9?
Shall we try and beckon him down? Let's see if we can.
Let's see.
And appearing tonight on David Hamilton, Diana Dawes, Norman Collier, Isla St. Clair, Arthur Ashley, Sandra Dickinson.
Kneel before Zod!
And here's your host on Terry Wogan.
Hi.
Again. Another opening, another show. Look who we have. Look at the cats dragged in again.
Avast thee, mine hearties. Kneel before Zod indeed, John. Or in your case, kneel before Bod. It's old T of the W coming at you like Cleopatra. From on high of Cloud Open Brackets 9 goals, the old brackets, sir, for a lovely old game of Supermatch. We'll be playing 2 Supermatch games this evening. And I tell you what, it's a little bit of a treat for a poor old ailing woman. The first game is Free for All. One of Mrs. Wogan's favorite. One of Mrs. Wogan's favorite phrases there. Anal woman.
She's just an anal woman with devils on her mind. Sorry.
Good Lord. The filth that comes out of your potty mouth. As Tell was trying to say, wrestling back a modicum of stability in this rocky old ship. The first game is a free-for-all, Mrs. Wogan's favourite term, whereas the second one is for a poor old fan of the show who goes by the name of Claire, sometimes Monty, She used to work in a hotel for prostitutes north of the border in chilly old Scotland. Now, I've been told by me spies that poor old Claire's been, well, she's been ill again. And this woman is no stranger to the plight of medical mishap. So second game is for you, Claire, because I believe you've been in the hospital with a dicky tummy. They say it was your appendix, but I heard something about pumping out 8 gallons of semen. Anyway, we won't carry on with that. We're going to play Super Match. This one's a free-for-all. So get your little nifty digits ready. But I tell you what. Oh, John, I tell you what. I can't hang around too long. Oh, no.
Why?
No.
Why?
Well, I'll tell you for why, John. I'm having a little drinky later with none other than king of light entertainment himself, old Bruce Forsyth. Firm friend, Bruce, although I have to say we need to take it easy on the old Vino de Plonco whenever we meet. Good Lord, the last time he hit the bottle hard. Mrs. Wogan came in and dropped her Horlicks when she came into the den. Seeing me being forced to go higher or lower on a pair of queens, whilst Bruce stood behind me to reveal his Brucey bonus. But enough of that. Let's play Super Match. The first person to type in Wogan's Wet Whisper gets to play. Now, whilst the crazy JP fans thump their digits on their chosen keyboards of choice, I need someone to help me, and it's not a John this time, or a Joan, or a Jill. It's someone who's just literally been hosed down. He's walked right into the studio with me. It's His Royal Highness Prince Philip, who died today. Philip, how are you, good man?
Bit better.
You felt better, or you're feeling better?
I'm feeling better now, yes.
Well, it's lovely to have you up in the old heaven. Did you think you were going to make it this high? Did you think you were going downstairs? No. Jolly good.
Yeah.
So you're in heaven now.
Mm.
Only a couple of months off your 100th as well. I bet that sticks in your craw.
I didn't want a card.
Oh, I see. From the old missus.
Mm.
Mind you, I suppose you could just slip it under the bedroom door and save on a stamp.
I've been doing that for years.
I bet you have.
Except when I did it, she'd stamp on it.
Oh dear. So it wasn't all marital bliss, was it? In the old Buck P. Did you ever take her up the Buck P? Or did you just get a cold bit of Blenheim Palace? No comment from His Royal Highness. Listen,
I'm not saying anything.
He's in shock. He's only just arrived, poor lad.
I'm still getting used to everything up here.
Oh, it'll be an absolute doddle for someone like you. It's only white people. So here we are for a quick game of the old Super Match. And joining us is Mr. Sandwich. I don't know if Mr. is his full name and Sandwich is the latter, but we're going to go with his wonderful moniker, Mr. Sandwich. And I've decided to theme it again, like I always do, to make it a little bit easier for you. And so the theme this week is Elton John songs. So have a little think on that. And here is your revealed Super Match question. Thank you, Eugene. Very simple for you, Mr. Sandwich. Candle in the blank. Candle in the blank. Now, you have a little think about that. And I'll go over to my erstwhile newly dead friend, best bud and pal, I'd imagine, and soon to be neighbours, the old HRH RIP himself, Prince Philip. Prince of the Philip. Candle in the blank. What say you?
I would say, Terry, candle in the Abbey, which will be where I'm having my funeral, of course. So, candle in the Abbey.
Candle in the Abbey. There'll certainly be a few candles lit in that Abbey for you, I'd imagine. 99, but you won't be blowing them out.
No. Of course, I died having the bumps.
Oh, no. Is that how it happened?
Mm.
Died being given the bumps, landed on a corgi, and that was it. Mr. Sandwich?
Yeah.
No, go on.
I was going to say he wasn't registered as a corgi. He was just a normal gas fitter.
He wasn't corgi registered. Lovely stuff there. So Mr. Sandwich has noodled his noggin, conducted his cranium, and spat out an answer. It's paddling pool. It seems to me that you lived your life like a candle in the paddling pool. I tell you what, it's just as good as an answer as anyone could come up with. I wish you all the luck in the world, Mr. Sandwich. Let's find out what the third most popular answer was. For 50 blanks, it was, of course, let's all sing along. It seemed to me... Oh, dear,
you lived your life.
Well, like a candle in the, and I'm sorry about this, Philip, candle in the Queen.
Ugh.
I'm awfully sorry about that.
I used to get wax off all over her.
Really? Wax on, wax off, was it?
Mm.
Around your gaff? Of course, you're in heaven now. You can get up to all sorts. She doesn't need to know.
I might shoot someone.
No. Well, we'll discuss that. We'll discuss that later. So, Mr. Sandwich, paddling pool wasn't right, but let's find out what the second most popular answer was. For 100 blanks, it was, of course, it seemed to me, you lived your life like a 30% off Harrods sale. So,
It scans beautifully, doesn't it, Terry?
It scans beautifully well. I'd imagine you had a few beautiful scans when you were in the hospital. You seem to be in and out of them a lot over the last few months.
Yes. I got stuck in a donut.
Absolutely. Towards the end of your life, you seem to decide that you wanted to be a sort of stunt man. All that driving and leaping and smashing of cars. I tell you what, you were great at it.
I was just finding my feet, Terry.
You were. Yeah, well, they're 6 yards outside the windscreen. Now, the most popular answer for 150 blanks, we're all with you, Mr. Sandwich. Let's find out. Could it be you lived your life like a paddling pool? I've just had a look. Thank you, Eugene. Sadly, you're not going to win anything, but it's a valiant attempt. The answer, of course, popular answer was, it seemed to me that you lived your life like a candle in the urinal. So never mind there, Mr. Sandwich. You walk away with nothing, but you came with nothing. So you haven't lowered or even heightened your expectations. It's been lovely seeing you all. It's been a while for you. It hasn't been merely a nanosecond for old Tell. Me and His Royal Highness now, I'm going to show him around, show him the sights. And I'll see you a little bit later where Claire Monty herself gets to play a game from her weak and feeble bed, where she's probably sucking up pear cider through a straw, chomping her way through neeps and tatties, and wiping the cum off her windowsill. So until then, Avanti!
David Hamilton. Diana Dawes. Diana Dawes. Diana Dawes. Diana Dawes. Norman Collier. Isla Sinclair. Diana Dawes. Arthur Askey. Sandra Dickinson.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! That was the most foulest Lois Lane I've ever witnessed.
I don't know.
with my fizzog on it. Well, there we are. So, half hour into the show. How are you all feeling? Maybe we'll read some comments.
Rubbish. Polyester Gibbs says, and I'm spent. Michael Clark says, Arthur Askey's legs. Oh, legless, beg your pardon. Edwin Renner says, ooh, shut that down indoors.
Nice.
And Katie Cook says, brilliant, Tim. I don't know if she's talking to Tim Coleman or she's having a flashback to Wimbledon from many years ago.
Come on, Tiger Tim.
Tamara says, I feel sorry for Zod now.
Well, he was a rotten old egg.
Yeah, he was. There's no doubt.
He was an absolute rotter.
He had his own agenda, though, didn't he? He knew what he wanted.
Yeah, no, strong man. Women like a strong man, don't they? Strong man, good sense of humour. You know,
strong men don't cry.
No.
But we have got a packed show, and before I give you any tales as to why, perhaps I should give you some other tales.
Always a lot shorter than I expect.
That's why, yeah.
Well, for all the JPers, you know where we are. We're in familiar territory. For those who don't know, any newbies, hi. Roald Dahl wrote a lot of great kids' books, but also wrote a lot of cautionary tales for adults that were often put on ITV at an unreasonable hour. Currently being repeated a lot on UK drama. That's an irony for you. And often Raoul used to present them, didn't he, John? He used to present them from his wanking chair.
Fireplace fireplace wanking chair, yes.
His fireplace wanking chair.
Bit of risk.
And then he would
It's
introduce
a good story. You could put that fire out in one go. Like the end of Ghostbusters 2. I'll go first.
Yeah.
My first tale is called This Sucks.
What?
Carpet fitter Gobstopper Fontaine was just about to finish fitting the carpet in the old haunted manor house before clocking off for the night. As he pushed the last bit of carpet into the corner of the old music room, he collected his things and he stood to remove those sort of knee pads that they wear. And then he saw something that would freeze his blood forever. Count Dracula with a Hoover.
Wow. Right. This one is called Builder's Bums.
What?
Here we go. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry. No. That's almost a miniature Tales of the Unexpected within itself. I skipped one story down.
Oh, goodness me.
Classic schoolboy howler. Good Lord. No. This one is called Shaken Fuck Off. So, a little bit different. Housewife and self-confessed clean freak Sharon Vindaloo likes things clean and tidy. One afternoon, whilst bleaching her bread bin, she trips over a loose peppercorn and flies headlong into the washing machine. The door slams shut and begins its delicate and/or cold wool cycle. Sharon is trapped inside, paralyzed with fear. Eventually, she passes out. But soon, she regains consciousness, expecting to find herself in a hospital. But no, she instead finds herself in the middle of the ocean, marooned on a desert island made entirely out of lost spare socks. There we are. Roll telling us there where all those socks go to.
It's a mystery solved anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
This one's called Eclectic Boogaloo. Breakdancer Bubblegum Baxter was nervous. He was in the World Breakdancing Final, and he just sprained his ankle while practicing his final move, the Downward Pig Break. He couldn't pull out now, so in an act of total desperation, he prayed to the devil in order to save the day. And quick as a flash, the devil appeared and fixed his ankle in exchange for his soul. So Bubblegum finally took the stage and was clearly the best breakdancer on the stage. And as he prepared to pull off the Downward Pig Break, something started to happen that terrified him. The entire panel of judges all went blind at the same time and missed it. He was later disqualified for using witchcraft and died up his own arsehole.
Yeah, died up his own arsehole. Oh, chilling. Well, this next one is called Sergeant Minor. What? Sergeant Major?
Surely.
Anyway, here we go. Army Major Sir Reginald Quickfit is a harsh and cruel man, loathed and feared in equal measure by the soldiers under his command. Given to cruel regimes and even crueler punishments, his only Achilles heel, as it were, is his feet, secretly suffering from fallen arches, bunions, and trapped nerves. This accounts for why he always sits down for up to 8 hours a day and even insists on being carried around on his chair like some lord by the cadets and the trainees. One evening, he returns triumphant on his chair after burning a tribal village to the ground. He goes to the mess hall for his favourite supper of deviled kidneys, little knowing that the cook and his entire battalion have hatched a plan. Sir Reginald eats his dinner but is drugged and awakes the next morning to find that a landmine has been inserted into his colon, forcing him to spend the rest of his day stood on his feet because sitting down would press the pressure pin sticking right out of his arsehole. Another one of Roald's famous arsehole stories.
He's obsessed with arseholes, isn't he?
He's got arseholes on the brain, did
He
Roald.
really has. Really has. This next one's called Just a Gigolo. Pilchard Potpourri was a high-class sex gigolo, and tonight was a job like no other. When he arrived at the house of his mysterious and wealthy client, he knocked at the door and was met by a posh butler who showed him to the drawing room and made him a large brandy because he said he'd probably need it. As he was admiring the many fine paintings, his client announced his arrival, and Pilchard Potpourri turned to see something that would freeze his blood forever. There, in the doorway, with 25 bank robbers in a car.
25 now.
25 bank robbers.
They just keep seeming somehow they just recruit more. I don't know where they.
It's incremental. It's incremental.
It's incremental, isn't it? Yeah, incremental. Okay, well, this next one is called "You Got Milk." So we'll just see what happens here. Childless yam farmers Conchita and Eduardo Yakety Sachs see strange lights in the sky one evening. The next day, they find an abandoned baby in their yam field. It's all very Superman, isn't it? They decide to bring the child up as their own. And all is well for many months until the child loses his milk teeth. And then his milk toes. Then his milk fingers. And then his milk eyes. Chilling.
That's terrifying.
Terrifying.
Paul, don't do that again.
Stop scaring me, John. It's terrifying.
I don't like it.
Terrifying. I'll wet the bed and shit the bed and bogey the bed.
This one's called Dick for Sale. Private Detective Danny Portobello was sat in his office, supping on a well-worn whiskey and smoking his 10th cigarette of the morning, when in walked a dame. She had legs up to her body and eyes that could see adequately. Her name was just as sweet as her face, Daffodil Prunes. A dame in distress, you might say. Her husband, the oil tycoon Harry Prunes, was missing, and his wife was beside herself with worry. Danny made her a drink, offered her a cigarette, and then told her he'd accept the case on one condition. He'd be given 3,000 big ones up front and be inserted into the asshole of Fred Dibner.
Another one of Roald
Obsessed.
also based conclusions there.
Just absolutely obsessed he is.
The man was obsessed. Okay, well, this fourth missive is called Black Hole in One.
What? What should I say? What should I say?
Well, it goes like this. Late one night at NASA head control. Head wasn't even in there, but I inserted it, which made it sound weird.
It made it sound more. I'll say it again. It made it sound more official.
I'll say it again. Late one night at NASA head control, A lone scientist scrolls through the latest details transmitted by the newly launched Mars Perseverance rover.
Oh.
Suddenly, he notices something on the live feed in the distance. Could it be? Just there, far into the distance, it almost looks like a lone figure holding something. Surely not. Surely not. He picks up the phone, rings his superiors. They come down. They look. They check. They run tests. They confirm it. It looks like some lone figure. Orders are passed around. Government officials meet. And within days, the entire world's media is on full alert. We are told for the first time that we are not alone. The coordinates are fed into the Perseverance rover, and slowly, very slowly, it creeps forwards, ever forwards, towards this distant figure on the Martian horizon. The world holds its breath, and finally, all is revealed to mankind. A man in denim shorts and a poncho holding a sign with an arrow pointing to Earth with the words golf sale. Fucked up the rhythm of the ending there, ruined it, but there you go.
You didn't love it. It was lovely.
You didn't love it. It was perfect.
It was absolutely perfect.
Perfect.
The final one from me,
No.
which Paul, you might chime in with this in terms of your emotional motivation.
Oh.
It's called An Actor's Life for Me.
Oh, I wish.
Actor Commodore Amiga was excited. He just heard from his agent that he got something at the NFT. That they'd send a car for him any minute. He brushed his hair, grabbed his things, and ran out to the car, only to find that his agent had sold him as a non-fungible token, and he'd have to live in a lockup forever with a painting of Pat Coombs.
Wow, that was... Yikes.
Huh?
Okay. This one's called Middle Finger England. Well, here we go.
Whatever.
Middle England. Whatever.
Whatever rolled.
Huh?
Keep smoking it, rolled. Yeah.
Yeah. Here, Vicar, your sermon.
Yeah.
Whatever, mate.
Here, funeral. Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, no, I got black balloons. Whatever. Middle England Tory, real alien enthusiast, and local neighbourhood watch ass basket, Tony Chicken Dippers III, reluctantly hires a group of builders to work on an extension to his rather large property. As the days go by, Tony rants and raves to his wife and daughter that they're all work-shy layabouts, probably Polish. He's convinced that they're all using his private bathroom, stealing the drinks from his cabinet and eyeing up his 19-year-old daughter. His family dismiss his ramblings and leave him alone to continue bothering parish meetings and boring the locals with cricket statistics. One day, Tony is so convinced that the builders have actually been stealing his brandy that he decides to take matters into his own hands.
Huh?
So, I lost my place then. When I went, his own hands.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. His own hands. He decides to order some anti-theft smart water online. A sort of invisible spray that glows neon under UV lighting.
Yeah.
Covering his drinks cabinet, his paintings, all his trophies, and all the other so-called valuables around the house. He can't wait to meet those builders and catch them neon-handed. A couple of months pass. The extension is built. Tony pays the builders and notices that they've all got UV spray paint glowing on their hands. The problem is that none of his possessions appear to have been touched. Not a single UV print on his paintings, his trophies, or indeed his drinks cabinet. Reluctantly and angrily, he pays them and they leave. That very night, there is a power cut. Tony, stumbling through the house, cannot find a candle, so uses his UV light to light his way. And what does he see? But his wife, with a pair of UV tip prints on her tits. His daughter, with a UV paint around her mouth. And more distressingly, his mother, with UV footprints on her tits. Oh, gosh.
Oh.
You have to laugh because they're so scary. Have you got one more?
No, that was it.
Oh, was that it? Gosh, I thought there was more. Oh, thank God. I don't think I could take any more.
Yeah, so- But we do have a commercial break.
Oh, do we? Oh, thank God.
Bickerton. 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 Go bag a Bickerton.
Wow.
Advert there for Bickerton.
Don't be a bitch. Bag a Bickerton, you bitch.
Yeah, so let's delve into the comments. They seem to be talking about the Grand National tomorrow with all sorts of horse names. June Whitfield's Strapodectomy, Beast Benders, Australian Cake Fucker, Phil Cool's Rubbercock, Cancer Sensibles, Bleachy Tits, and Flag Shacker Coquan.
They're all filth. Absolute filth.
Oh, people in these comments.
Come on.
Claire says, fuck, Prince Philip's death has really affected Paul this evening.
Yeah. Okay, the new, this Iron Brew enema is doing the trick.
Don't get Paul started on missing out on that Skittles gig.
Yeah. And the family nest. Whatever she fucking
Was it Skittles? I thought it was M&M's, wasn't it?
It was indeed M&M's. Thank you very much for paying attention, John.
See, I'm a good friend, Paul. These people, they don't care about you.
No, fly by night. Fancy pants.
They won't.
Unbelievable.
They won't be there to pick you up when you're broken and put you back together with a Paul. No. Tim says, Paul is a professional, not sure what profession. That's rude.
Oh, the backlash that we sometimes get from the JPers. Mind you, as I said, anything goes tonight because we are all very much under the umbrella of grief. And so sometimes these things come out. And don't forget, of course, this entire evening has been sponsored by wine.
For more information, please visit www.wine.com.
Wine.
Oh.
That's all Patrick McGee, not Patrick McGee. What was he called in Benny Hill? Patrick McGee.
Henry McGee.
Henry McGee. Often when he was in Benny Hill things, when he was interviewing, would always go, why?
He would.
And then Benny would do that and he would go, but why?
But why?
Why?
But why, Benny?
Why?
Which reminds me, hang on.
Yeah.
It reminds me of something.
Mm.
It reminds me of this particular image that I always enjoy, which is to say that it's an image I enjoy very much.
Mm.
I'm waiting for it to download.
Oh, okay. Why?
But why?
Why?
Do you think
Why?
the Honey Monster went to Henry McGee's funeral?
Yeah, all in black.
And do you reckon he jumped on the coffin and smashed it up?
I need to tell him about the honey mummy.
For God's sake, he's dead.
Get him off. Thank fuck Tony the Tiger was there. Come on, you bastard. You're not acting great.
Your behavior is not great.
Then the Cocoa Monkey turned up and all went to shit.
And Snap, Crackle, and Pop were like, go on, fucking rip his head off.
Yeah, shank him the cunt. All right, Crackle, calm it down. Meanwhile, fucking Cocoa Pop monkeys in the church turning the font chocolatey.
Oh, he would as well, the little bugger.
He would as well, the fucker. Not with chocolate milk, man. Not with chocolate milk. Things that floated.
No.
Unbelievable. Dirty bastard.
Dirty little beggar.
You really are a filthy little beggar. Two-toed Terry with a 3-pronged question.
Hey, Paul.
Yes.
Who's Imelda Staunton married to?
Oh, for the love of fuck. Jim Carter, of course. It's
Jim
very
Carter.
Obvious. Put you on
Jim Carter.
Yeah. In the words of anyone in a Frank Spencer skit, get out, get out, get out.
Do you remember when he came back for Sports Relief?
Who?
Frank Spencer.
No.
That was very embarrassing.
What happened that? What happened that?
Was it him and tell me in the comments, was it him and Bradley Wiggins like roller skating around the cycle arena in London? Was it that? It was right embarrassing.
But does he do any comedy, mishaps? Does he go through the wall and
I think he does. It's like Baby Jessica when she's grown up and she's going out with Bradley Wiggins, I think's the joke. Or who was that other cunt on the bike? The Scottish fucker on the bike who won gold medals.
No idea.
Steve Bike.
Steve Bike, yeah.
Steve Bike.
BMX Benny, yeah.
Edward Llewellyn says, Henry McGee on IMDb, his hobbies were gilding and collecting old engravings. He left £1 million in his will.
Why?
Wow, that's
lovely.
My
Henry
only
McGee on IMDb. Why?
That's amazing. I liked Henry McGee. Oh, there we go. Katie's right. Chris Hoy.
Oh, Chris Hoy.
Frank Spencer was with Chris Hoy. Thank you. It was really embarrassing. It was almost embarrassing as the Sports Relief one with Beckham and the Only Fools and Horses guys.
No, I didn't watch that either.
That's embarrassing.
No, not watching that. I presume so. Frank Spencer has to get into scrapes, but because Michael Crawford's too old to be able to do that now, that the scrapes are like, I've fallen into a cushion. Oh,
I've rolled over on the sofa.
Yeah. Oh, I've gone to sleep with a packet of crisps in my lap. Oh, that sort of thing.
Yeah, he left a fag on and went to sleep. There we go. Jessica Ennis was their daughter in the Sports Relief skit. Thank you.
So Jessica Ennis was the daughter of...
She was supposed to be Jessica. Because remember in Some Others Do Have 'Em, it was Baby Jessica.
Right, okay. Okay.
And then he used to announce himself by entering the room as Chris Ahoy.
Brilliant. What I love about most sportsmen, in fact, probably all sportsmen, is how incredibly gifted they are at comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Incredibly gifted.
I recently got back into watching Life on Mars.
Oh.
Which I enjoyed very much. And then I tried again watching Ashes to Ashes, which I didn't like first time around. And I still didn't like it very much because the dynamic of Gene Hunt and the lady being romantically linked is not good. But anyway, they did a Sports Relief special of Ashes to Ashes, so I looked it up, and it's wall-to-wall sportsmen doing cameos.
Brilliant.
And my God, it's one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen.
I bet they're hilarious.
Well, the big gangland villain at the end is Michael Parkinson, but they've made him up to look like 70s Michael Parkinson, but he's all old and wrinkly, so it's very strange to look at. He's like, oh,
I've forgotten it. Oh, fuck it.
But the basic joke of it is they arrest some runners,
right?
And it's like Daley Thompson and Steve Cram, but of course they run off and they can't catch up.
They run off.
Michael Winks has got an important thing here. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was decent at comedy and Airplane. Yes, he was. And Bubba Smith in Police Academy, of course. Yes. There are always exceptions to the rules.
All right,
and let's be fair. Let's be fair. Before he turned out to be a multiple murderer.
Yeah, a multiple millionaire murderer.
He was quite good in Naked Gun as well.
He's all right, but not. You're not going... All those people you mentioned, you're not going, wow, what fantastic comedy chops.
You wouldn't go and see him do stand-up, would you?
You wouldn't
Ladies
see
and
a-
gentlemen, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I never noticed. I never noticed.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome here at Backyard Comedy, the comedy stylings of Zola Bud. Come on, Zola, on you come.
Oh, she's not got no shoes on. Look.
You got no shoes on?
Hey.
I'm Zola Bud. I don't wear shoes.
She's pushed me over. Hey.
I wear socks though. All right. Is that funny? Is it?
That's
I do reverse strip.
No,
Put my socks on. No, don't do that, Zola. Put my socks on. Put 17 socks on. No, don't do that, Zola. Then she leaves just in a sock. And everyone's like, oh, shit. Bring on Frank Bruno with his impressions.
Oh, you think that's bad? You got Ian Botham's going to come on and show his dick.
Ian Botham's going to do his Indian elephant impression. Oh, God. Not again.
Oh, one of his pockets is missing, though, so it's a half-deaf elephant. It's a rubbish act.
Tries to do ventriloquist with his own cock. It's awful.
He turns to his left and goes, what? And then turns to his right and says, you're telling me. That was his catchphrase.
That's right. Then he says,
we're at the top of the hour, nearly.
We are.
Oh, this is bad taste. Oscar Pistorius in Stop or My Mum Me Will Shoot. That's terrible.
Timothy Coleman, and I use your full name there. It's the grief, John. It's the grief that does
grief.
This.
We're all in a grief bubble, and we're all having a hard time dealing with the news. Eddie the Eagle was hilarious though, but only if he was hurtling his fucking self to his ear death.
To his ear death.
You mean? Well, this is a thing of grief. There are typos with grief, aren't there?
We're presuming near death, but I like the idea of an ear death.
Tim rightly points out it's the grief.
It's the grief. It's very similar to PG Tips. It's the taste. Today is it's the grief.
It's the grief.
Why are you crying? Why are you crying, you stupid fucking orangutan? It's the grief.
It's because I'm used to living in a forest and now I'm in a small room.
I used to be the king of the forest. Now I'm being used to advertise tea.
It's the grief. Is what we assume he said.
It's the grief. Why? Why?
How long can we keep this going?
Why?
It's the top of the hour, so it's time for us, I'm afraid, to briefly hand over to our regional. Earlier on, there was an episode of Crimewatch. We're going to have to hand over this evening, because there is a update on the Crimewatch cases we saw earlier. So we'll be back with you shortly, but first we're going to hand over to the guys at Crimewatch. So we'll see you in a little bit.
Good evening and welcome to this regional episode of Crimewatch UK.
DCI Paul, I believe you have some updates from the video from earlier.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, DCI Rain. Police in Brighton and Hove have asked the public for their help in tracking down Ken Hom's estranged daughter, Sandra Hom, who works as a volunteer for a sanctuary for bent and knackered owls. A tireless animal rights campaigner, Sandra took matters into her own hands yesterday by breaking into a local KFC, stealing their frozen chicken nuggets and trying to set them free all over East Sussex. She has last been seen hiding in the sea, disguised as a mermaid, and giving local windsurfers the finger. And this is the most recent picture we have of her. If you recognize Sandra Hom, please do not approach her. But whatever you do, please do throw her a dinghy or a life buoy.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
DCI Paul. Thank you for your squeaky chair, by the way.
Yeah, it makes farty noises.
Does it? Does it?
Does it now?
Does it? Thank you, DCI Paul. Police in Staines are still asking for the public's help to find a man they believe has been targeting the elderly. Now, we have a photo fit of this man. As you can see, he's got a very distinctive head wear and facial hair, and he is wandering around Staines with a butterfly net. And he has, as I say, been targeting the elderly. So if you know this man, please do get in touch. We'd like more information about him. Thank you. DCI Paul.
Thank you. He does look a little bit like he could be descended from the late Terry Thomas. I wonder if we could just maybe patch that through to the local authorities. Thank you, we did. So a quick slug of coffee here at the crime desk.
Yes, I've got lemonade.
Jolly good, jolly good. So the second case, very important case, this one. The police really do need your help. Police in Liverpool have been trying to track down Fionnuala Murphy, who has been terrorizing the local homeless community. There's no easy way to say this. She's been terrorizing the local homeless community by somehow turning them into dogs with some sort of magic spray. The Merseyside Crimes Unit have released this picture of the Irish canine creator. I don't know if you can quite see her. There she is. Known locally as Burgerface Murphy, this 1940s Americana-obsessed pooch producer is extremely dangerous and should not be approached, having already turned 12 police dogs into Andrex puppies and a fat Dulux fucking dog. And you can see there, she's very, very recognizable.
We should point out it's a very distinctive blue dress she's wearing there, DCI Paul.
And yes, she's wearing a very distinctive blue dress, which I believe is not available in most retail outlets. It's probably considered vintage.
And if you do see her, do not approach her. Just let us know.
No, you're turning into a fucking dog.
Yeah, on the number that's listed below there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paul. I'd just like to give a further update. Officers in the Humberside area are still looking for this man in connection with a series of ferry thefts.
Ooh.
If you see him, please don't approach him, but please do call the number below. He was last seen by the docks in Hull, by the Humber Bridge, and he is believed to possess some sort of eye power there. Thank you.
You're welcome. Police in Devon and Cornwall have asked for your help now, and they've released this picture of horse thief twins Michael and Mickey O'Donon. The twins, as you noticed, have recently made their living as Prince William lookalikes, but found themselves facing unemployment since the prince's retirement from the public eye, and have now taken to smuggling livestock. Do you know where these two are hiding? They were last seen with an ice cream van full of pit ponies in the Red Roof area. And if you do see them, please do not confront them, as they are believed to be both off their fecking tits on the OK. That's ketamine on the streets there. So do keep an eye out there for Michael and Mickey O'Donon.
I think it's an important distinction at this point to say you don't mean the breakfast cereal.
No. That's full of malt and cereals, whereas ketamine is, of course, a horse tranquilizer.
Thank you, DCI Paul.
You're welcome, DCI John.
And a little update from a video from earlier. Have you seen this man? He's wanted in connection with an incident that happened in January where he was seen to be throwing eggs at the actor Stacey Keach.
Oh.
It is believed his name is Eamon Holmes. So we have had trouble tracking anyone by that name down. As you can see, he's got a distinctive orange blazer with the initials EH. He's got a flag on the back of his bicycle that says Eamon Holmes, and he's carrying a burlesque bag, whatever it's called, full of eggs. Burlap, thank you, not burlesque. Full of eggs. So if you do see anyone by this description, and as you can see, he has actually been flashing people in the area as well with his exposed genitalia. So if you do know who that is, please do get in touch with us. Thank you.
He's obviously a very a very serious man. I think any man who can ride a saddle naked, risking his genitalia, his dick and/or balls to that much pressure on the saddle, is a very serious man. Plus, of course, as anyone would know, a burlap sack full of eggs is not the safest way to actually carry said items. Most of them will, of course, perish.
That's right, and that's why our experts believe that he is not all there.
Lovely. Thank you very much. And finally from me, Norfolk Police would like your help apprehending the serial con man, Clive Lang, who is wanted for a string of fraudulent offences, including email, password scams, bogus charity collections, and most recently and this is awful, a COVID advice hotline number.
Oh,
he actually charges premium rates that are actually it's terrible to say this because it does actually link up with the picture, but these premium rates, the phone line actually directs these premium rate payments directly into his dick. And we have a picture of him here. Now, he has several aliases, including Sam Jesuit, Graham Shady, and Alonso Avalanche. And a reward of £200 is
Sorry,
offered.
can I just say at this point, it's the grief. It's not.
It's the grief.
I'm not laughing. Yeah.
No, and obviously, please, because if he keeps funneling money into his dick like this, he will become. We dread to think what will happen. So
have
please
you seen Alonso Avalanche? Please do get in touch.
Or Clive Lang, or Sam Jesuit, or Graham Shady. Just don't approach him. Call the police. Let's stop money going into this man's dick,
please. And finally, from me. Police in Oxford are still looking for this man, believed to be responsible for the post office robbery last September, where he actually stole a post office. The CCTV there from the incident, as you can see, he was working with an accomplice that we believe was called Nookie the Bear. Now, if you've seen this man, he was seen walking down the high street on that 20th of September in 2020 with an actual post office in his hand.
Good Lord.
So if you've seen either this man, who we believe answers to the name Roger de Courcy, please do get in touch. As you can see, we've got a very good CCTV image of him. And we'd very much like your help in locating him. Thank you, DCI Paul.
You're absolutely welcome. And he must be a very strong man to be able to hold a post office. I'm wondering if we could just find out, is the bear an accomplice? We just don't know. We do know. We do know.
Well, our information leads us to believe so, because he was seen carrying the other half of said post office. So.
Right. So it's a two-man job. They both grab one side each. Unbelievable. Well, there you go. Whatever you do, please do not have knit nurses. And any information that you can provide us with will help all those police forces catch this rather tawdry bunch of criminals. Thank you very much.
Thank you, DCI Paul.
Thank you, TCI Rain.
Don't you just love being in control?
Bit of a banging tune, the old 80s Crimewatch.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
Don't have nightmares. Nightmares.
Joel, anyway. That was an inside job. Sorry.
Hi, welcome to the Hitman and Her. Jill Dundee was an inside job. Now, next up.
Oh, you. It's 10:10. We've got 2 more features to go.
2 more features to go. We can sort of slightly relax now.
We could Tamara Bumdier, who
Tara Bumdier. I say hip hip hooray, Tara Bumdier.
Paul.
Yeah.
I love to dance a little sidestep.
Bit of Charles Downing doing a little dance. Oh, lovely. What does Tamara say? We could recreate it for you.
Oh, it's a conversation. I thought it was a thing.
And it's like, oh, this is just some weird conversation between 2 drunk people.
As long as the boat stealing salty sea dog doesn't sing a cappella shanties, he can do what he fucking likes. He doesn't know about TikTok, I believe. Our information is telling us.
I don't really know what TikTok is. What is TikTok?
It's a crocodile that wants to eat Captain Hook.
Thank you very much, Jeremy Paxman. No, but what is it? Is it like a 4-second thing where you go boop, 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 and that's it?
I think it's.
What is it?
I think it's like Vine. Again,
Right. That leads me to my next question. What the fuck is Vine?
It was a thing where you could do like 6-second videos.
Is that what TikTok is?
I don't know, Paul. I really don't.
I only see it with people just suddenly being naked and fucking.
Hang on, I can't hear you.
What? I said I can. Oh no, we're not having internet. Oh, for the love of fuck!
Hello, Paul.
Graham, you sly little dog. How are you?
Oh, Paul, I'm so very well.
Good. Oh, that's brilliant.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Good. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Lovely.
Well, heaven's been so busy of late.
Has it? Oh, what what?
Comings and goings, and we also got a new harvester on the roundabout.
Oh, have you? New harvester on the roundabout?
Yes.
What, in heaven?
In heaven, yeah.
Oh, Christ. Okay.
But I went. Well, I got a story for you, Paul, and I'd like to ask your advice.
Okay, yeah, go on.
Well, firstly, I went to the new harvester and I was talking to a waitress there.
Yep.
And her name is Molly.
Hello, can I order a stuffed crust for 20 minutes?
And I was talking to Molly. I was talking to Molly, and I said to her, Molly,
Anchovy,
I said,
capers.
Have you ever seen a TV show called After You've Gone with Nicholas Lyndhurst? And you know what Molly said?
No, I don't want any fucking Fanta. Okay.
She said it was her.
What?
She said it was her favorite show of all time, and you know what she said then?
For the love of fuck.
She
What?
said that her favorite episode was the Lord of the Rings episode, and I said, "Do you know what? I know my best friend played the bloke who wouldn't let them into the." He said, "You will not pass." And do you know what Molly said?
No, go on. What'd she say?
She said, "You must be so proud." And I said,
she actually said that. She said that without you prompting her to say it.
Well, I did ask her if she was proud, and she said she was very proud. And do you know what, Paul?
What?
As you're my only friend, apart from the man from Gremlins.
The man from Gremlins is your friend. Apparently, you've also got a man involved in the law. He must be your friend. Dr. McAllister, yeah.
I haven't spoken to him since you spoke to him.
Oh, thank fuck for that. Oh no! Oh man, have you lost contact?
Well, he doesn't think there's much legwork in your case.
No, he dropped the case, didn't he? Yeah,
I think he dropped the case. But Molly and I have started courting, Paul.
Molly.
Yeah,
you and Molly.
What's and Molly have started.
What? Molly. What's her last name? Molly Ringworm.
Dungaree.
Molly Dungaree.
That's right.
Where's she from?
Luton.
Luton, right. So you've met someone called Molly Dungaree from Luton.
Yeah, we've been, because you know how time works in heaven where it's quite quick and on earth it's slow.
Yes. Terry Wogan's filled us in on that a few times.
That's right. Well, I've been courting Molly for a year now in heaven.
Have you? No.
And I want Paul. I know we were best friends on Earth, like best friends.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I wanted your blessing for me to be seeing Molly.
Yeah, no, you go for it, mate. I think, Graham, you should spend as much time as humanly possible with her.
So I brought her this evening.
You could probably sever all ties to Earth. And you what?
I've brought her this evening to meet you.
Okay. Oh no! Wow. No, I'd love to meet you.
Hello, Paul.
Hi, Molly.
Hello, Paul.
Gosh, you look lovely in your dress. It's a shame that you haven't actually got your arms through the sleeves, and you've somehow just sort of got your dress laying on you.
Well, I wanted to look nice for you.
You look like a rose in bloom.
Thank you, Paul. I wanted to tell you something.
Yeah, no, please do.
Well, I don't know if Graham told you, but when I was on Earth, my favourite TV programme was After You've Gone.
Was it?
Yeah, and my favourite episode was the Lord of the Rings one. And the best person in the episode was the man at the door.
Ah, well, yeah.
And I can't believe it. It was you.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah. I haven't done much since, so don't,
Well, I just wanted to say hello and to ask your blessing if I could call Graham.
So you've been seeing each other for about a year now, haven't you, Molly?
A year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you got hot and heavy?
What?
Down and dirty?
What do you mean?
Has he fingered you up the astral weeks?
Pardon?
Has he touched your chakras?
Paul, that's very rude.
Has he spaffed off on your tits, you stupid fucking glowing bitch?
Paul, I'm going to have to end this conversation. You are very rude.
Oh, Graham, she was
Hello,
lovely.
Paul.
Hi, Graham, she was lovely.
What did you think of her?
She's absolutely lovely. She says that she really likes it when you let her finger your blue arsehole. She said that she wants to ride up your colon like a fucking speed bike in Tron.
Sorry, I can't quite hear you, Paul. What?
She said she wants to milk your little blue acorn like a bluebell until loads of
white... I'm fading. I'm fading.
Oh, no, don't fade, Graham.
Paul, I'm fading.
Oh, no. Bye, you blue cunt.
What was that?
John? Oh, God, it was Graham again. Graham.
Oh, God.
He's like some spectral master of the internet. A spectral master.
He's like a hangover from hell.
I wake up and I realize I'm a spectral master and I can control the internet at my will. Anyway, he appeared and he's dropped the whole lawyer thing, John, so I think that worked.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah, he's either that or he's forgot. Apparently he's seeing someone called Molly.
Molly?
Yeah, Molly Dungaree.
Molly Dungaree?
Yeah, she's so fucking stupid she can't even wear a dress properly.
Oh.
She puts it on her lower half and then forgets to put her arms through the sleeves. Just drapes it on her.
That's a shame.
Yeah, they've been seeing each other for a year. Yeah, no, he seems happy, and I'm hoping, I said, I wish them both every happiness, and maybe, they won't bother us anymore. Maybe you'll be too busy up in heaven. Fucking.
Not doing a lot of heavenly fucking.
Enjoy wine.
Heaven,
enjoy fucking. Try.
Combine the two.
Fucking wine.
It's probably time that we, talking of heaven, we beckoned down our friend from Cloud 9.
All right, then.
And appearing tonight on Jack Douglas, Diana Dawes, Bernard Cribbin, Rula Lenska, Lenny Bennett, Aaron Kay.
Where am I?
You're in a Johnny Cat.
I mean, what am I doing here?
I'm sorry. Would you please rephrase the question? Huh?
How did I get in this taxi?
The door opened. You got in.
And here's your host, Terry Wogan.
and still available for Panto.
Hey, diddle diddle, a cat and a fiddle. A cow jumped over the moon. It's Wogan. How are you, John of Rain?
Oh, Terry, I'm all the better for seeing you. You're the light in my life.
The diamond in your rough, as it were.
Oh, you're the ointment without the fly.
The wind beneath your wings.
So much so.
Lovely stuff. Well, listen, I can't hang around too long, you know. Oh, no. Me and old Bruce of the F, open brackets, or Scythe, close brackets, we had a right old jamboree down in the old den. Drank a lot, quaffed a lot, got into a lot of trouble, but all's forgiven now in House Wogan because Terry has decided, against his will, to take on more noble pursuits. Mrs. W says, get yourself a proper hobby. So I tell you what, I've been having lessons in naval warfare. Oh yes, from none other than the Earl of Mountbatten himself. That's right, a military man who promises to have me standing proud to attention, or it's 6 lashes for old Midshipman Tell. Today's lesson, I tell you what, John, is in the old art of submarine warfare. Oh, yes. And I tell you what, Mrs. W, she looked pleased as punch when she popped downstairs and she saw old Midshipman Wogan on his hands and knees, guiding the tip of me missile into Mountbatten's well-oiled open and waiting blast hole. Now, we're about to play Super Match. Normally, we would get a member of the JP rabble to type in an answer with their nifty digits, but as I said earlier, we're going to play a special game for a very special person, known as the old Claremont herself, who's been in the doldrums, who's been in the wars, so she gets to play. This one's just for you, Claire, and I know that you've been through hell in a handcart in a basket, or whatever that expression is. And I tell you what, no, well, all right, I'll try and bless her, but you know, I'm not ordained. But I tell you what I have got. I've got some of her medical records here. And I tell you what, Claire, you deserve all the attention and the love from all the JP fans. It is a litany of woe. In 1998, taken to A&E with a child's harmonica wedged up her rectum. 1999, ingrowing nipple hair causing sepsis. 2000, broken wrist whilst giving hand relief to town crier. 2002, tattoo of Anton Rogers, very telling considering the opening credits. Tattoo of Anton Rogers is removed but leads to blood poisoning. 2004, artificial hip installed after foaling off a pallet of stolen leotards. 2009, jaundice from Scotch egg purchased by Diver. 2013, left big toe removed after lodging it in industrial kettle. 2015, reconstructive surgery on mystery horn growth on shoulder. 2018, spine smashed at a whack by passing coracle. 2019, venereal disease caught off traveling salesman and Jimmy Nail lookalike. 2020, pound coin found embedded in neck. In 2021, appendix removal. So, Claire, you've been through the wars, me poor dear.
I mean, that's a long war.
It's a long war. And getting that Scotch egg from a diver was not a wise move.
Oh, God, no.
So
there was some fear that Claire's not about, but she is here, so that's all fine.
She's here. Oh, that's good. She might have disappeared a little bit earlier on the show to score some of the old drugs. You know what the Scots are like. When the old ice cream drug van comes round. Anyway, here we go. It's Super Match, Claire. It's just for you. I want you to win. The JP specials want you to win. And John wants you to win. And joining me as ever to help you, he's back again because it's his night. It's His Royal Highness, King of the Dead. It's Prince Philip. Prince Philip, welcome back.
Sure.
Lovely, like a low-rent Willie Rushton. Now, Claire, it's Elton John week. Here is the legend. Thank you, Eugene. you should get this in a trice. It is, of course, don't go breaking my blank. Now, you have a little think on that. And in the meanwhile, I'll talk to his recently deceased HRH Prince Philip. How are you settling into heaven now? You've been here for about 3 months.
Well, it's very nice. There's a lot of pheasants to shoot. There's a few minorities I can shout at. And, of course, I can wear medals and stuff.
Absolutely. And I've seen you walking around the neighborhood completely in the nuddy, save for one giant medal. That's quite a look.
Terry, I'm loving it here, and I don't want to leave. So in that way, I'm happy.
Mrs. Wogan saw you the other day, and you bent over, and she could see your George's cross.
Yes, he was very cross when I'd finished beating him.
Lovely stuff there. Well, it's nice to know you're settling in. Claire Monty has gone for don't go breaking my appendix. Very telling, because that's the very thing that Claire's had removed. Did you manage to take it home with you in a jar, or did they ensconce it in a paperweight? You can look at your own appendix.
Well, I was going to Clemente. I came upon a juggler. He met with Captain Farrell and his appendix he was after. Sorry.
I tell you what, Philip, you got a lovely voice.
I've got pipes that would rival Westminster Abbey.
Fantastic, like a young Julio Iglesias, even though you probably didn't like his ilk.
No, his name was a bit too. Yeah,
name was all out of whack. Never mind. So, Claire, are you happy with appendix? Well, you weren't happy with yours.
Well,
but are you happy with the answer? Let's find out. Claire, I wish you all the luck and love in the world. Don't go breaking me blank.
I haven't given my choice yet.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Philip, and we do need your answer. Absolutely. I mean, it won't help because Claire's already chosen, but let's see what you would have said.
I've gone with don't go breaking my family up with your American baby.
Lovely stuff. Okay, and I'm going to go for don't go breaking my lungs. Now, let's find out what it is. Is it lungs or family and Americans litigation? Or is it appendix? Let's find out for 50 blanks. The third most popular answer. Is it appendix? Is it appendix? The answer, of course, is don't. Oh, lovely. Don't go breaking my harem up out of misjudged pity. So you didn't quite get that one, Claire. Never mind. Never mind. Perhaps appendix is the second most popular answer. Let's find out. Don't go breaking me blank. For 100 blanks, second most popular answer. It is, of course. Yeah, and it trips off the tongue so easily. You're not right, Claire, but you'll be kicking yourself. Don't go breaking my Lego Spock. Thank you. You spend hours making a Lego Spock, and then some idiot comes in and breaks it. You'll spend hours making that. No, I'm not going to make it to Forrest Kelly at a Duplo. Honestly. Let's find out now for the most popular answer. Is it appendix? Is it appendix? Let's find out. The most popular answer is, of course, don't go breaking my land speed record. So
Donald Campbell
there, and other people. Who's that prick with the hair like Wolverine, who's always constantly in cars and stuff, racing around?
Oh, God, yeah. What's his name?
He's from the West Country, and he's a right arsehole.
Fuck Beans Dave.
Fuck Beans McGee. That's the fella with stupid hair. And I think he's from the West Country or somewhere down there. And he's always He's always trying to make the world's fastest stair lift. Or
come on, scoff it up.
Trying to get a canoe into space. Anyway, pricks like that make me glad I'm dead. Anyway, that's all from Hotel. Sorry you didn't win there, Claire. The world was with you, but your answer wasn't.
You didn't win, Claire, but just know this, that we're all thinking of you in your time of strife, which seems to be every fucking week.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, Claire, or Calamity Jane, as she's known to her friends. You may not have an appendix, but you're in our hearts. And until the next time, and let's hope it's soon, Hotel loves you all. And until then, Avanti, oh,
Turn it off, John. Jack Douglas. Diana Dawes. Bernard Cribbins. Rula Lenska. Lenny Bennett. Karen Kay.
What do you want, Mr. Quaid?
The same as you, to remember.
Take my hand. Now, open your mind to me. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind.
Nothing wrong with that. Can I just say, you've got a very malleable face. You even look good as Quato from Total Recall. You know what? Knowing you as I do, if I saw that, I'd be like, should we go to the pub?
He's got the perfect hands for like a shot, doesn't he?
He's like that little fella in Star Wars.
You could do shots with him, but if you gave him a pint, he'd be like, "You fucking bastard!"
Oh, what have you done to me?
Oh, I'm the most hideous of the Diddy men.
Oh, the Diddy men! Bloody hell, the treacle mine. Paul, it's 10:32. Just because we've only got 28 minutes left, I think we maybe should move on to our next feature.
Well, yes, of course, yes. No, I'm.
So it's time. It's time, everybody. The time we all both. Yeah, I'm talking.
We all both.
We all both. Both of us and all of you. We all look forward to this section where Paul and I are like this far away from a psychic connection. Playing darts, Paul is there. We're that far away. So you know what? Let's enter the psychic mind of Paul Ulysses Litchfield.
I was actually playing long chess.
Knight Why isn't that thing? He shoots his scores. 3 points.
He shoots his scores. Rook to King's Gambit. I don't know what any of that means. It's time. It's time. I've decided to not get so het up about all of this because sometimes we get close and sometimes we're so very apart. And throughout the year, nearly, we've seen a lot of atrocities that have come out of John's
and
mind.
It is nearly a year, by the way.
Nearly a year. Yeah, next month will be our year anniversary. Also be my birthday, so send those bottles of gin my way, or just money, really. I haven't got a slim shit, so I decided to keep it fast and loose this time with the old psychic pictures. I didn't give John a specific time when to draw because we've had a big gap in between shows. I just said whenever the mood takes you, draw something.
You mean about 4 minutes before we went on air? Yeah.
Well, you may well have drawn your picture 4 minutes before you went on air. I drew mine at 6:30 in the morning. I suddenly got a vision and I knew exactly what you were going to draw. I did give you a little brief. I didn't want to make it too obvious, but also I wanted to keep it broad. And for some reason, I just woken up quite early because I'd had a wet dream about the Jetsons. Don't really want to go into it. So I decided
Here's the Jetson.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, quill correct. So I woke up and went, oh God. And for some reason, then Hanna-Barbera was stuck in my mind because Jetsons was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Yeah,
I said, I sent you that early morning text. I'm so sorry it was so early. And I just went anything from Hanna-Barbera, and then that was your brief. So there's a big, broad brief. There's so many characters within the Hanna-Barbera universe. You've got Scooby-Doo, Yogi Bear, Jetsons, Roman Holiday. I mean, there's so many. That was the brief. I just said Hanna-Barbera. I didn't mention anything else, so you could take any aspect of the Hanna-Barbera universe. And I've got pretty good feelings about this one.
Okay, good. Well, I was thinking about it, and I thought I could go obvious and go like Scooby-Doo or the Flintstones or even the Jetsons, but I thought I'd go a bit left field. And I went for Top Cat.
You went. Hmm.
So what did you go with? I mean, if it's a cat, are we in the same ballpark? So what have you gone with?
Well, it's certainly not top cat.
So what have you gone with?
Well, I sort of did a fusion mashup, but of the same.
I mean, I should say my Top Cat is suffering from elephantitis with his left arm smaller than his right arm. But yeah, go on.
Well, I did Captain Caveman fucking Fred Flintstone.
We need to talk about Fred's face and Caveman's tongue. And are those hairy bollocks?
Yeah, he's got the same wisp as he does. He's had to stand on a rock to get better purchase.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, no, of course.
Is Fred consenting, or is this a
chance? What do you think? Look at his face. He wasn't expecting that.
So what was Fred doing? Can I ask? As before this happened.
Why are you asking me like the fucking Spanish Inquisition? I don't know. This is what I thought you were thinking. You're better qualified to answer that than me. I don't know. Fucking God. I thought we were so close. Can
I see it again, please?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there you go. I mean, Captain Caveman's clearly enjoying himself. Also, the laziness of Hanna-Barbera, or their clothing is the same pattern and color. Notice how pink Captain Caveman's balls are.
I mean, they're very pink. They're probably close to exploding, I'd imagine. Where are Captain Caveman's assistants at this point?
I don't.
Hang on.
No.
Are they filming this?
Who?
The assistants.
I don't know. Well, next you'll be asking me.
Are you telling me?
You'll be asking me, is Wilma and Bam Bam just off shot, just having a picnic? I don't fucking know.
Are you telling me that Captain Caveman's van is now a bang bus? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I think from what I can gauge from it is that Captain Caveman lured Fred out into the wilderness on the pretext of something, and then had his way with him.
It's disgusting.
And then Unga Bunga knocked him out. I don't fucking know.
Well, we were close again.
How? In what way?
I don't know.
Officer Dibble, would you like to see Captain Caveman fucking Fred Flintstone? No.
You bet I would. We'll try again next time.
Oh, all right, but I don't know if we're ever going to get there, John. I don't know if we're ever going to get there.
We've been close before. It'll happen.
Well, this is what happens when you get close. Honestly, I hope that's porous rock he's standing on. His feet will be cut to ribbons.
Poor Fred.
Fuck Fred. He was a cunt. Always was. He deserves every fucking bit he gets. Roma! Well, there we go.
There we go.
Didn't quite happen, but always as John said, there's always a next time.
Yeah. There's always a next time. Paul, I need you to fill in for a minute because I need a piss.
Absolutely. You go have a pee-pee.
Goodbye momentarily.
Can the comments come up so I can address them?
I can't. How do I do that when I'm not here?
Piss yourself?
Okay.
No, you have a pee and I'll just...
All right, I'll bring up a comment. I'll tell you what, I'll wait till someone asks you a question, then I'll go, and then I'll be back before you finished it.
All right.
Ask Paul a question, you fucks, so I can go and piss. Here we go. This is a good one. Tsunamo.
Ah, yes. Memories of Prince. Look at this stupid hair. Look, it's just so... So, to answer your question about Prince Philip, I did meet him once. He was opening a naval base college for cadets in Plymouth with the Queen. And I was very young at infant school, and I was trotted out to sit by the gate and wave flags, etc., before I had a say in such matters. And to answer your question, he was absolutely marvelous as he whisked past in a car at 10 miles an hour. I have no other memories of the Queen. I was once kicked off the buffet car of a nice train journey from Cornwall going back up to London because Princess Anne wanted to have her lunch. For some reason, they cleared the entire buffet car just so she could sit there and have her lunch. And I was just like, why can't you just... Surely you could give her a trolley service. I mean, she's Princess Anne. You can give her a trolley service into whatever fucking secure fucking carriage that she's in that no one else is near. She doesn't have to trot into the buffet car and clear 60 people just because she wants a fucking kipper. But that's what happened. And there wasn't a sort of ounce of remorse from the security people or like, oh, I'm dreadfully sorry. But it was just, you lot, fuck off. Like, but I've just paid for my lunch. No, you're not having it, mate. Oh, for fuck's sake. They did then, the staff, can the Queen be milked? Yes, she can be milked, but it's a very heavy, dense milk. It almost comes out like a cottage cheese. And the people who have tried it, and there aren't many, say it's almost like ambrosia. Should the Queen remarry? Well, she's got an in, hasn't she, with Daniel Craig. That's already been shown, so that might happen. And John's back.
Hello.
Hello, John. How are you?
I'm better now. I've had a wee.
Right. Oh, and that sounds like a can of beer opening.
It is that. Aye.
You finished your wine and you're on the lag.
That's right. Yeah. Lisa Broughton says she was on a train.
Yes, I was saying about when Princess Anne kicked me out of a buffet car because she wanted to have her lunch.
Oh, Princess Anne.
Yeah.
Wow.
Genuinely.
I once gave Princess Anne some flowers. Does he mean like packets of flour?
You mean what? Self-raising and 100%? White?
Interesting.
Dear Princess Anne, I'd like to give you some flour. Self-raising, wholemeal. Don't judge me.
Duty Free followed by Dempsey and Makepeace on Forces TV. Stop telling other people what to watch, fucking Tim.
Hang on, there's something called Forces TV.
There is, yeah.
That's not on Freeview. If it is,
no,
I'll
tell you a fact. When I was a student, I worked at a video warehouse. And videos would come in, and we like new films would come in, and we'd send them out to Blockbusters and stuff. But occasionally, you get orders from air bases. And can you guess what the majority of films we would send to air bases were?
Well, you know, I'd like to think it was saucy porn, but it's not. Is it? It's going to be something like
no. It was saucy porn.
It was saucy porn. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It wasn't terms of endearment.
No, it was like spunk of endearment. But that's where I first found the film Carlito's Back Way.
Dicks of Internment, Carlito's Back Way.
and Driving Miss Daisy Crazy.
Oh, right. Not up the arse.
Well, I think that's implied.
Yeah. But also, does that imply that she gets into a car and she's driven up her own arse?
Yes. The cover of the video that I'd put in their box, as it were, was a lady's bottom with a black man's hand, but he was wearing a driving glove, touching her bottom. And it said, "Driving Miss Daisy crazy."
Said, "Right turn, Clyde."
Mm. But yeah, saucy videos going to army bases.
Wow.
So when I see Forces TV, which I'm told is a good channel because they show lots of old ITV stuff, I immediately think of Driving Miss Daisy Crazy and Carlita's Back Way.
Forces TV. That just sounds so awful.
Oh God, what was it? There was Playmate of the Apes. That's another one. And the one that I would pick, and I'd always look at it and think, this makes no sense. A Clockwork Orgy.
Clockwork Orgy, yeah. Instead of Kes,
That doesn't work.
No, instead of Kes, it was cum.
Or Jizz.
Jizz.
A boy who always wanted to fly his bag of spunk.
No, it's a girl.
Fly, Jizz, fly.
It's a girl who could just hold up her hand and everyone just comes on it.
Oh,
Jizz.
I thought about that too much.
That's jizz for you. Jizz. Well, the most famous one, wasn't it? That was Shaving Ryan's Privates. That was the big sort of.
Yeah, I never saw that one. I just saw Carlita's Back Way, Driving Miss Daisy Crazy, and Playmate of the Apes.
There was a very famous porno film where a man and a woman did it, but in zero gravity.
What?
Yeah, it was a space.
Oh, it was 2001 and Arse Odyssey or something.
I can't remember. An Arse Odyssey. What are you doing, Dave? I'm going up the wrong and hey!
She sings Daisy Daisy as she's being rimmed by a South African bloke.
But apparently, when the porno actors filmed it, they took them up in the plane and just took them out of the stratosphere briefly so they could fuck and then dip back in.
Well, like Tom Cruise fashion.
Yes. So that genuinely happened. I don't know if it was 2001 an Arse Odyssey.
Oh, here you go, Flesh Gordon. That was. I remember. This is a true story. I was at school.
I saw Flesh Gordon. Yeah.
I was at senior school. Did you have the same experience as me? Some lad was like, "Do you want to borrow Flesh Gordon?"
Ooh.
It's like a proper porn film, and they got it home, and it was nothing of the sort. It was like a carry-on film.
It was a carry-on film that occasionally had breasts in it.
Very disappointing.
Yeah. I like the fact that Dr. What's the name of the character in Flash Gordon? Dr.
Zarkov.
Zarkov. In this, he's called Dr. Flexi Jerkoff.
Yeah.
And his ship is powered by chickens fucking.
See, that is the creativity you wouldn't expect in the basic filmmaking genre.
When his ship goes into warp, all you can hear is.
Doesn't his ship look like a penis as well?
Ship looks like a penis. Yeah. And there's a big monster that's just a cock trying to get into a cave.
Thing is, you're on a loss to nothing if you want to make a porno out of Flash Gordon because it's a softcore porno anyway. So I thought I'll show that to my kids, and then I remembered that there's lots of close-ups of women's bottoms.
Yes, and boobies.
Yeah.
What they should do is they should take a porno and they should make a normal film out of it. They should de-porno films.
A reverse porn parody.
A reverse porn parody. I think that's where it's at.
The devil visits Miss Jones.
Yeah, and they have a lovely cup of tea to talk about Proust.
Deep Throat, good for singing.
Yeah. Ass Fuckers 4.
Arsenal 0.
Halftime change ends. Yeah.
Debbie visits Dallas.
Debbie does all the salient sites in Dallas, has a wonderful time, and returns home culturally enriched.
I'd watch it.
And then gets her tits out.
Only if it was a double bill with the porn version. I'm so programmed though because I watched All the President's Men not long ago.
Yes.
And every time they're like, I spoke to Deep Throat, I'm thinking, so what? Someone sucked you off in the car park. But no. It just means he had a very deep throat. It means he could drink loads like a toad and he'd keep it.
But no.
Paul, have you watched The Witcher?
The first series, yes.
Yeah. I recently enjoyed it and I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I enjoyed the game immensely.
I've not played the game.
Oh, the game is absolute beautiful game, and the series is kind of fun.
I enjoyed Henry Cavill.
I think Henry Cavill is rather good.
And I saw an interview with him. All the laughs you get out of him going, I saw an interview and he said that none of those were scripted. He just kind of did them because he's such a fan. He's such a fan of the books and the games that he wanted to put them in there. And I think, great.
And he looked exactly like the character. And they caught the idea of the universe really well. I thought it was a little bit disjointed at parts, but a thoroughly good romp, says I.
I was slightly, and this might be me as a liberal woke Nazi,
right?
That having gone through the Game of Thrones experience, where Emilia Clarke was kind of like halfway through saying, "You know what? I shouldn't have to get my tits out every 5 minutes," and they kind of went, "Yeah, you're right. Let's not do that." But in The Witcher, the lady who starts off as a hunchback,
yes,
and looks like Sonia from EastEnders, when she stops being a hunchback, it seems like every 5 minutes she has to get her tits out. And I just thought, could we not do that? Is that just me being really right on and boring?
What they should have done is allow her to get her boobies out, but give each boob a hunchback.
Yeah.
And then that would.
So each boob looks like John Merrick.
Yeah.
You've all been so kind. I'd like to re-edit the Elephant Man, but add laughter every time John Merrick speaks, like he's Kramer. When he walks in the room, he's like Kramer, and he's like, "Ew." And I imagine him coming in and doing that Kramer startle.
Yeah, and he goes occasionally.
Yeah.
Surely the porn version of that is the elephant cock, I suppose, isn't it?
That's the tragic thing about John Merrick, isn't it?
Oh, what, the cock?
His cock was unaffected by his affliction.
Yeah, it was like a mouse's tongue.
As Frank Skinner said, his cock was completely untouched by the affliction, but unfortunately it was on his forehead. But it was, if you look at the pictures of him coming out for his photographs, his cock's untainted by the affliction.
Yeah.
Which they thought was elephantitis, but it isn't. It's a particular strain of mutation.
Oh, really? He didn't have elephantitis?
He did not.
No. So he was really the strain man, not the elephant man.
He wasn't. The Elephant Man's a catch-all, though, isn't it? It works.
Yes. Because he could have been the duck-billed platypus man for all you fucking knew.
Yeah. He could have. He could have been the massive articulated lorry man.
Yeah, the big sack of shite man. I mean, it's not his fault. Bless him.
People are saying in the comments how they enjoyed our Wheezing Pod side thing about James O'Brien.
He's a very wise man. Okay. That's interesting. Okay.
Well, what makes you think that, mate? Okay.
I think he makes an extremely arresting comments, but I do slightly believe he is now enjoying the smell of his own farts.
I've always thought that about him. Yeah, exactly that. I think 9 times out of 10 he makes interesting points, but his delivery is so like just being hit on the head with a hammer. The hammer of righteousness, okay? You enjoying these blows to the head, okay?
He's slightly a parody of himself now, isn't he? Bless him. But I mean, he's an interesting, clever guy, but yeah, it is a bit all right.
Dwayne asks, where is Total Joy? It was meant to happen on Thursday night, but I was vomiting.
Yeah, we were going to record, but John felt ill.
Yeah, I was horribly ill. But we will possibly pick it up, if not over the weekend, early next week.
Yeah. All the bits and bobs have been written. It's a special as well, so we're going to be talking about one thing.
If you like us talking about one thing forever, then
one thing. Yeah, but we'll talk about every aspect of that one thing.
Thank you, Lizard Monkey. Merrick had protein neurofibromatosis, which is something that I watched a documentary about this. It's something that still happens today, but now they have the ability to calm it down, whereas in those days it just fucking went to town on him.
Sounds like a song in Mary Poppins, that does.
Well, it's protein neurofibromatosis, even though the sight of him is something quite atrocious. You can look at his cock and it looks like it's a Moses.
A Moses.
Yeah, it's like
he's got the elephant man because he's got a big proboscis. I fed the fucking man a peanut and he jumped a mile.
I thought he'd really be upset, but he gave a cheeky smile.
I didn't know if he was frowning or smiling. Who could tell?
All I know is that he tried to sleep normally and now he sleeps in hell. Hey!
Now he sleeps in hell. Did nothing to deserve it.
It's like my dad. I've told you this before, and everybody probably knows this, but I don't care because I'm drunk. My dad, when I was a kid, was an amateur ripperologist. Okay.
Well, he had his hand in.
He had his hand in. But there was a particular book he had, I remember reading, and one of the things was saying that suspects that could have been responsible for the Ripper murders, and one of them was like, John Merrick was in a hospital in Whitechapel during the murders. It's like, can you fucking imagine the Elephant Man murdering? Hello. Imagine someone seeing that and going, no, it's the Elephant Man. How can you be sure the Elephant Man was with that woman that night? He had a giant fucking head, mate.
It was very easy. His top hat kept falling off, and he couldn't hold the bag. It reminds me of the film Amazon Women on the Moon, where they cut to bullshit or not.
But there's this Loch Ness Monster.
Well, they think that Jack the Ripper might be the Loch Ness Monster. And there's the most amazing bit of model work with an entire Loch Ness Monster in a waistcoat walking through London.
Just gliding along.
So brilliant.
Henry Silver presents it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Bullshit or not?
Or not. I love that so much.
We are nearly out of time. Thank you so much, everybody, for this evening. Please, Dwayne says, please send me the Total Recall clips. Coal Moon, so that's something for Tim. Tamara says, grief. What grief? I think we're all grieving. Hang on. Going back. John Merrick suffered from very bad mumps. No, he didn't. I've not heard. Yeah, you've heard it since. I've done it now. So we're all good. I think for every 2 exposed boobs, we should also get 1 cock as a trade-off. That's Jen JC as their own sort of tariff system there.
I agree.
Thanks, guys. You've been ludicrously good fun. Thank you. Cheers, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was very much a last-minute thing because we weren't going to do this evening, and then Paul took me into it by just saying, "Shall we do it?" And I said yes.
Yeah, that's all it took. I just thought, fuck it. We need to mess around with you guys. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. We'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
But thank you so much for watching this evening, and I will leave you with another one of Tim Coleman's creations. And we should underline that Tim is very much responsible these days for our video, our VT. So thank you so much, Tim.
Yeah, you're amazing, mate. They're always quite arresting, disturbing, and stunning.
Very much so. But tonight we've learned that Paul makes a very good Quato. Good night. We love you all. Love you, Paul. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.